All right. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this very special Leadership TKO live night show. I am extremely excited, of course, to be with each and every one of you on this night. So again, thank you so very much, everyone, for plugging into the Leadership TKO Live Night Show right here on Facebook, as well as for those of you who are live with me on the podcast platforms out there. Welcome aboard to the show. It's about 7:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, October the 8th of 2020. Welcome and good evening. And so again, with this show, we go live with this show every single night, somewhere between 7 and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And really the purpose of the show is to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. So for those of you here, welcome aboard. Those of you who are, this is your first time plugging into the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. Again, I welcome you and I thank you so very much for plugging in with me here live on the podcast platforms and live on Facebook. And so listen, there are a few ways that you all can participate here with this particular show. And so one way to participate is by simply liking or loving the stream. All right. For those of you who are looking to raise the lid on your ability to lead, go ahead, love the stream, because we're going to get into some leadership building content on tonight. So go ahead, love the stream, send those hearts out there. We also have the way by which you can comment below right there on the stream as well. So feel free to leave your thoughts, to engage with one another as we're live together. And then lastly, there is that share feature. We can build leaders together. By simply clicking the share button, we can build leaders. We can help others to enhance themselves, to engage in personal development, because that's really what this show is truly all about. And so I'm going to practice what I preach. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to actually go to the stream myself right there on Facebook. Okay, and I am going to do the very same things I've asked you all to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, love the stream. I'm also going to go ahead and share this in several places at this particular time. I'm going to share it amongst a few of my colleagues. And I am also going to share it in a few groups as well. So bear with me a bit as I'm about to share this amongst a couple of groups on Facebook. I believe in the power of leveraging social media, and so that is what I intend to do. So let's go ahead and get that done, sharing it amongst some mompreneurs out there. So I shared it there. I also am active in a few other groups. So I'm going to go ahead and share it amongst some of these groups as well. Perfecto. All right, so listen, again, I welcome you all. I thank you so very much for plugging into the show on tonight. And just like with every episode, what we simply do here with the Leadership TKO Live Night Show is we first provide you with a bit of an appetizer. So what we do is we get together and I share with you content from some powerful authors out there. And here is yet another powerful author. Many of you know about this guy, right? Dr. John Maxwell. We've really been taking a lot of content from this particular book over the last couple of sessions. And so we're continuing tonight with this amazing resource. We're talking about attitudes, because attitude definitely impacts your altitude, meaning the ability to soar, the ability to reach greater heights in your career and, of course, as a leader. So let's dive into it. I want to continue because in the chapter that we're focusing in on, Dr. Maxwell goes into talking about certain elements, certain things in life that impacts how your attitude is formed. So how do people around you be able to have either a positive attitude or a negative one? What impacts attitude? And so let's talk about that, because I gave a couple of examples of what impacts attitude during our previous sessions. We talked about the environment. We talked about how you see yourself, how that impacts it. Also, of course, your ability to be connected with others, your ability to feel like you belong. That impacts your attitude towards yourself as well. But Dr. Maxwell continues. He also shares in this chapter how exposure to new experiences right, gives you or really impacts your attitude. He talks about how it gives you opportunities for growth. Okay, opportunities for growth. I love what he shares here. He says we always have a number of opportunities in our hands. He says, and we must decide whether to take a risk and act on them. He says nothing in life causes more stress, yet at the same time provides more opportunity for growth than new experiences. So consider and think about the things that you have encountered in the year 2020. You know, all of the things that have come up in this year. We've experienced quite a few new things, haven't we? New meaning, of course, having to quarantine. New meaning having to go around, depending on what your decision was, to be able to wear masks. All of these things are new. All right. And so, again, it may not have been an opportunity that you were expecting because no one expects to have to wear a mask just to go into a store. However, I want you to consider a couple of things. Because the truth of the matter is, it's new. It's something that we did not have to face in 2019 or in 2018. So how has that impacted our attitude? It has impacted our attitude in major ways, hasn't it? So think about even new experiences or opportunities that you came across in 2020. How has those new opportunities impacted your attitude? It could have been a wide variety of things. The opportunity, for example, for me, going on a boat this year. Okay, that was last week I was on a boat with some of my family members. And so that impacted me greatly because it gave me a greater sense of freedom. Okay, and then also it helped me to expand what I desired on my vision board. I ended up adding a speedboat. I ended up adding jet skis to my vision board. All of these things were added to my vision board. All because of that one experience that I encountered last week with my family. So again, your experiences impacts your attitude. So that's one thing that he shares in his chapter. Also, what he highlights too is your association with peers. Think about it. Who influences you? Who is it that you're connected to, whether it's on social media, whether it's in person? Who is it that's connected to you in your life who influences you? Those who really are connected to you, closest to you, impacts your attitude. It really helps to guide whether you're going to have a more positive attitude or you're going to have, of course, one that kind of repels people from you. So you want to think about that. Who are you allowing in your circle? Who are you allowing to speak into your life? Who are you connected to? You know that saying, birds of a feather. Yep, there you go. You all probably finished it. So again, when you're going about each and every day, when you're connecting with new people, you need to be mindful because they will impact your attitude. Okay, so if you walk into an environment, if you walk amongst and you're amongst friends and they're out and they're saying all types of negative things towards other people, you're going to find yourself doing the same things because, again, it's all a matter of, who you're connected to, who is influencing, who is speaking those words into your life. Okay? All right. And so one of the final elements that I do want to share, he actually shares two others, but I do want to share a final one. Okay? He talks about marriage. He talks about family. And, of course, the way by which you're generating revenue, like your security, your status, impacts your attitude. Okay, it impacts your attitude. And so I want to check in on things, make sure all is well with our technology, guys. Give me one moment. Okay, perfect. So it sounds as though all is well. Just want to double check. Got to do that every now and then because sometimes technology is not working the way that it really truly needs to. So listen, your marriage impacts your attitude. Absolutely. Because that's your life partner right there. You all are making decisions together, whether it's parenting decisions, financial decisions, okay, domestic decisions as far as what's going on in the home. All of these things impacts your attitude. So we need to be mindful of this every day, okay? And you need to be working closely with your significant other, your spouse, because you all want to live a happy life. You want to have a happy relationship, happy marriage. So make sure that you all are on one accord. Okay. You're speaking, you're communicating with one another often. Okay. Often. So all of these things impact your attitude. So how do you believe your attitude is right now? Is it a more positive one? Or do you feel that there needs to be some tweaks going on? And do you need to make some adjustments with your attitude? I know we all have been guilty. We can all raise our hand and say, look, there was a time, whether it had been last week, today, right, where you had to make some tweaks, some adjustments to your attitude. You need to consider those elements, right? People that's associated with you. People, of course, that you have, your environment, where you live. I often question, I have discussions with my cousin, and we often have a discussion and say, well, I can only imagine where we would have been had we stayed in the city, in the state that we were born and raised in. Like, how would our lives would have been had we stayed where we were? I believe that God strategically had us to be in Virginia for such a time as this. I believe that there's a reason why. Okay, because perhaps we would not be where we are today if we would have stayed. We wouldn't be light years ahead when it comes to wealth building had we stayed. You never know. Okay, we have no idea, but for him and I, my cousin and I, we're definitely spirit-led individuals. So we want to make sure that in all that we do, that we're doing what it is that God would have us to do, most importantly. Okay? And so that was our appetizer on tonight. What I want to do is quickly dive into our main meal, because for those of you who don't know, I am a part of an e-commerce company, and we have a team that has been formed, and the team is having some training going on at 7:30. And I want to make sure that not only am I, of course, present for this training, but that all of my wealth building family members out there, that you all are present for it as well. So what I want to talk about, I'm continuing here from this. We're feasting off of Eric Worre's book right here. Okay. His book entitled Go Pro, 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. If you are in the industry, the profession of network marketing, and you don't have a copy of this book, I'm going to have to tell you something right now. Are you truly trying to be a professional in this space? Because in chapter number 2 of this book, he goes in on this concept, right? He goes in. You see, Eric Worre talks about how there are 3 types of people when it comes to network marketing. He says the first one are the posers. Go ahead and write that down. Posers, the posers in network marketing. Posers, posers. He says posers treat the profession like a lottery ticket. Like you're about to come in, drop some cash in there, and expect, ka-ching, something to happen immediately, overnight. That's not the way that it works. It's not a drop it, flip it mentality where you can just get it and hit big. It's not about hitting big, okay? Because network marketing is really personal development with a compensation plan attached to it. That is what network marketing really is about. So if you're coming in, there are people right now who register for opportunities out there, and they only got in because someone said, man, you can make a lot of money. And in their mind, they're thinking that they can possibly make $1 million in a few days. But the reality is there is something in between where they are presently and where you can possibly make a lot of money in the industry. It's called work ethic. It's called massive action. That's what's in between the present and where they're trying to go. But most people are not willing to put in the effort so they can get the results that they're looking to receive. They're believing, and I have to put it this way, some people call it insanity, where you keep doing the same things over and over, expecting a different result. That is what some people do when they enter the network marketing space. When they register and be a part of some type of company out there, they're expecting get in and flip it and make it big. They're expecting to hit big like they're playing a lottery, and it's not a lottery. You got to not have a lottery mentality. Okay, you got to get out of that. But those are posers. That's what Eric Worre calls posers in the book. But he also says that there's a second type of person in the network marketing space, and he calls them amateurs. Amateurs. There are amateurs in this industry. He says amateurs focus on different things. He says, for example, they may focus on luck. Man, if I get in right now, this may be I'm telling you, I feel it. I feel it. I'm going to do well. Like those individuals, and we all may have been guilty, right? We get in and we say, man, such and such will be good at this. Man, I'm telling you right now, like she's been doing well in so many other things. She get in now, I think she's going to do well in this. You cannot determine whether a person is going to do well in something or not. The only thing that you have control over, like my coaches and my mentors share, is the information that you disseminate and you share with other people. That's what you have 100% control over, is sharing information and doing the necessary action steps to enhance yourself. That's what you have 100% control over. You don't have control over who is actually going to get in, register, and take action. You don't know who is going to do that. You can't guarantee that a person is going to do that. All right? So the only thing that you can do is engage in those actions that you have 100% control over, and that is sharing the information. So don't get in and think that it's all about luck, that you're going to be lucky in an opportunity. It's not about luck, but that is what amateurs focus in on, luck. Also, he says that amateurs also focus on timing. They're thinking, man, this is like the perfect time to get in the opportunity. They're like, man, it's nobody. Okay, I'm going to get in this thing. It's like 3 people. Yeah, I'm going to do this. No. It's not about timing necessarily either, not by itself. Okay, there are more elements you need to be thinking about when it comes to doing well in this industry beyond just timing. Look at everything. Look at what the opportunity entails. Look at the products. There are many other elements you need to look at to make that determination for yourself. So again, don't focus on luck. Don't focus on timing alone. He says also amateurs focus on positioning. They're like, man, I need to get in right now before anybody else does. Let me get on your team before such and such gets on. Positioning in and of itself is not what you should be looking at. Not by itself. Yes, get in and take action. But don't just base your decisions only upon positioning. Again, positioning alone is not the key. Timing alone is not the key, and definitely not depending upon luck. Okay, not depending upon luck. I don't want you to think about luck, okay? And yes, Akil, it is an amazing read. This book right here, I'm telling you, everybody should have this book, on their library. Absolutely. And so listen here. Beyond positioning, he also shares how, an amateur focuses in on shortcuts. Please avoid shortcuts. Don't try to shortcut your way. Okay? This is a journey. This is a lifelong journey. When you're in this particular field, this space, this profession, which is leading me to what I want to talk about next, enjoy the journey. Okay? Enjoy the journey. Listen, don't try to shortcut things. You're going to end up making mistakes. You're going to end up wasting time and wasting potentially money and adding stress when you're trying to shortcut your way. For example, buying leads. Those of you who think that you can go online and buy leads, that's a problem. Because in this industry, this network marketing space, this is a people building business or a people building industry. So you have to build relationship, establish relationship. That's what it's all about. So if you're just focusing in on trying to get shortcuts, you're going to end up cutting out an element that's going to really cause your success to be delayed. So don't focus on shortcuts. Okay? But that leads me to the third type of individual in this profession. And the third type of individual in this particular industry of network marketing is the professional. Those of you, you and I know for myself, I've made that determination for myself as well. I am treating this like a profession. You know how many people go to a university or college, they get a degree, and they spent all of this time and loans, debt, all the stuff to really get a piece of paper, right? To show that you're an expert, or at least you have some knowledge on a topic. See, what network marketing allows you to be able to do is have real life experience when it comes to business. It gives you the ability to have the skill set to truly build a business, a modern day business that will impact lives around the world. And he talks about how being a professional is critical, because even Wikipedia, you got to look at the definition of professional in Wikipedia. It's a person who is paid to undertake a specialized set of tasks and to complete them for a fee. But then Eric Worre provides his own definition of a professional, especially in the network marketing space. He says a network marketing professional is a person who is an expert at the skills required to build a large and successful network marketing organization. Okay? He says, look, you gotta make sure you put in the time. Don't try to shortcut things. It's all about the journey. It's always been about the journey. And my mentor, Mr. Ty Best, he talks about that as being key, important. It's about what's in between getting to that destination, reaching those goals that you're aiming for. Learn, develop you. As you develop and work on yourself, you're going to be able to sustain and maintain the wealth, the success that's coming your way. But if you're not working on yourself, which is one of the main elements of this show, right? Is working on you, helping you to win from the inside out. If you're not working on you on a day-by-day basis, when success comes, you might be overwhelmed. You might make the wrong decisions. Professionals, they take this thing serious. Professionals, they study. They get books. They get audio. They take courses. For example, with the company I'm connected to, an e-commerce company based out of Switzerland, we have a personal development academy. We have crypto trading academy where we're learning about mindset. We're learning, and you can too, learning about mindset, learning about social media, how to leverage it to build your business. Okay, how to really build a network marketing business. You have potential access to that. And that's what we have within this amazing e-commerce company that I want to introduce you to. Yes, I am. Okay. And listen, not just that, we have, of course, so much more. We have the ability to connect with lifelong potential friends, people that we're growing together. We're growing together in this industry. Many of us are going to be friends, connected for a lifetime. And that's what I enjoy most about this space, about this profession of network marketing. I'm so glad to know that I've connected with many of you and that we're on this journey together, developing together, growing together, building wealth together. And so are you going to be an amateur? Are you going to be a imposter? Are you going to be a professional? Are you going to choose and be intentional and say, you know what? I'm going to be a professional, a network marketing professional. If that is you, again, I'm excited at what your future holds because I know it's bright. Success is yours. If that's what you want, go and get it. Okay? And don't let anybody stop you from achieving your dreams, just like our mentor, Mr. Best, says. So listen, perhaps you're trying to figure out, well, what is it, Lakeisha, that you do? And I'm glad to be able to give you some nuggets about it and even invite you to a presentation that's going to be happening. Yes, there's a presentation that happens Monday through Saturday, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to invite you to the presentation. You see, the presentation takes place at goldrocks.info. Okay, write down that URL. It's on Zoom, okay? GOLDROCKS.info. If you go there, goldrocks.info, I'm telling you, ask myself, inbox me, or the person that shared this stream with you for the password so you can join us. Tonight at 9 o'clock p.m., you'll be able to join in on the presentation. I know, of course, the presenter tonight is going to be Mr. Gregory McKay, and he is a ball of energy, and he knows 150% of the information. And so you will receive what you need. And even after that, if you still have questions, get back with the person that shares the stream or invite you to the Zoom presentation so you can get your questions answered. So listen up. I appreciate you for being here with me tonight for the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. Please note, again, we do this every single night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are gearing up. Wealth Builders, we're gearing up for the 5 and 5 training that Mr. Al Murray, that's right, Mr. Al Murray, Mr. Busting Loose, is about to start this training in just a few moments. Let's head on over to goldrocks.info so we can get the training we need to build a wildly successful business. And so again, appreciate you all. Thank you so very much for tuning in to the show on tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with a fresh episode. So until then, I encourage each and every one of you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone. God bless, and join me over at goldrocks.info for some training.